don't have the lyrics, and I don't even have the title. When I don't have the titles, I don't even have when the song starts, because I forgot to get those, and I don't have any more data or anything. But I have the, album, so might as well react to it. So it's gonna be the most blind I've ever reacted to an album. No lyrics. I have no idea what the titles are. I have no idea when the song's end or when the song starts. All I know is Shed, like the title track. That's the only song I know. And even then, I've only listened to like the first 30 seconds of it. I read the first song called Coxton Yard though. Oh yeah, I've also listened to Safe in Your Skin. I like that song. I think we're just gonna listen to the entire thing. But yeah, here we go. Their first album, Revitalified, Shed. I don't know why this is an album though. It's like 27 minutes. It's not, past 30 minutes, but whatever. It's still labeled as an album for some reason. Coxton Yard. I really like it when guitars are in one ear and then they explode throughout both ears. Definitely my favorite opener out of the 3 albums. I love the part when the guitar goes, and also when Ned goes. Man, why is Jimmy's home shriveled up and cold? We'll never know. That was a very energetic intro. Shed. This guitar riff immediately hooks you in. The cold, like the blood that runs through your veins. I don't know. There's a black spot next to your name. Dude, I was so shocked when I listened to this Shed and there was this vocals, because I thought it was gonna be Head in the Ceiling fan, which is the first style fight saw most people hear. And I heard Shed, whoa, this is so different from Head in the Ceiling immediately. His vocals sound very different. Head in the Ceiling compared to Shed. Yeah, past this I have no idea what happens in the song. Oh, this has a very different vibe compared to the normal guitar riff of the song. This has a way more vibey type of feel compared to the I don't like the danciness of that one. Oh, never mind, the danciness is bad. I wanna ball to this song. Usually people have high expectations for the title track because they're the title track, and Shed did not disappoint. Shed is an amazing song. When I first heard it, I did not like it at all because it was screaming vocals. I always thought of screaming vocals as very the cringe, but now I very love it, Shed, and I'll talk more about screaming vocals during my album review. Even though I've seen the lyrical meaning of the song, I'm still gonna have my own interpretation of it, that I won't tell you, but it makes the song very nice and more emotional for me with my own interpretation of what the song means instead of what the actual meaning is. Now I have no idea what any of these titles are gonna be. Out of the 3 album covers, this is definitely my favorite album cover. Just this landscape. It's so sudden switch. Blood of 72 is a pretty okay track. Also, I'm pretty sure it's the first song they've ever put out. I think released in 2007 was the first ever song they put out. I think that's the year I was born. So it's probably special or something. Who knows, man? Maybe they started making music because I was born. Yo, chat. No way, guys. I wonder if a lot of the songs are gonna have that, where it's fast in, fast beginning, say slow outro. Never mind, the intro is already kind of more groovy compared to the other songs. We live in a society. Society is probably the least interesting track of this album, and I'll be honest, the lyrics are just a little cringy. It's just, classic authoritarian George Orwell 1984 type stuff. It is happening and it's real. It's just, it's been said so many times, and that we live in a society. Joke has just made this I just cannot take this song seriously because of how much the term society has become a meme, and just that 1984 type of stuff has become a meme. Oh, a very nice song. Whoa. You can't say Kingston doesn't love you. And yeah, I can't because I've never been there, so I cannot confirm. But yeah, this song, I really like it. Also, one thing to know about this album that I'll tell more about again in the review is that the really high points of songs and really memorable, notable parts are short sections of his singing, that's never happened before. I've always never cared about lyrics, never cared about meaning. I just want the guitars to play. Shut up. you know what I mean? Like I've only been like a instrumental music type of guy, so I've only recently gotten into like lyrical music, and even then I didn't really care about the lyrics. I just like the backing stuff because it sounds cool. But it's the first time where the really good parts are the singing, and the meaning is nice. Like for example, like the part where he goes, it's so good, dude. That's my favorite part of the song. I replay that song. I replay that part so many times. I don't know. There's just a certain quality to Ned's voice specifically that like in certain songs where like I don't know how he does it. It's like it's not his usual singing. In some parts of songs, his voice gets like I don't know, weirdly like breathy and like starts to like split up a bit. I'm not sure what I'm saying, but like when his voice gets a little different, it sounds really good from his usual singing. But it usually only happens like very tiny bursts. Crescent-Shaped Depression is one of my favorite songs of this album. It is like almost like perfection. It is insane. Especially the part where he goes, the mountains surrounding, mark the boundaries you're not meant to leave. This song is so good, dude. Like I remember during the first few weeks when I started listening to it, I didn't really like it that much. And that's why I kinda just forgot about it. But it definitely grew on me a lot and it became one of my favorite songs from Title Fight. Safe in Your Skin. I really like this track. Such like a emotional track. I know that it does transition to the next one though. I wonder if like this song is more famous than the song that it transitions to. That would be quite the silly. Dun 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 boom. Dun 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 boom. When you're feeling safe in your skin, when you're feeling safe, dude, that like threw me. I'm like, oh, like it went for so long, like the pause. Even after listening to it many times, I still can't nail like the pause, like when to go back in. Alright, here's the next song. Wow, it literally just perfectly transitions. Also, I want to say, Safe in Your Skin, we got like, you know, hit the ceiling fan type of vocals. Also this song. But I can hear like both, like Shed type of vocals and hidden ceiling fan type of vocals. Dude, the voice that sounds like they're not the same person, bruh. Maybe there's nothing, only this moment. That was a really good song. Like probably Safe in Your Skin. That was an amazing song. Disclaimer, I did not know beforehand that there were two singers in the band. So before you go comment, actually, the reason why it sounds like there are two people singing is because there are two people singing. I know that now, but I only knew that after listening to the albums. So and also the explains why it's so different, like the part of Hidden Steve and Shed. And when I first heard it, I was like, whoa, this doesn't sound like the same person. And it's because they aren't the same person. Where Am I is my favorite Title Fight song. When I first went into like the Title Fight albums and stuff, I was thinking that like there's no way anything is stopping Head in the Ceiling Fan. That's like it's such a different from anything Title Fight song, you know? It's such a unique Title Fight song. There's no way anything stopping that. But Where Am I did, and it's not even like necessarily unique from the other songs. It just takes what they normally do to the max level of perfection. It is the magnum opus of Title Fight in my opinion. Like where am I? Okay, also I'm Safe in. I forgot to talk about Safe in Your Skin. Safe in Your Skin, probably my favorite one of my favorite ever transitional songs out there. And the beginning, I really love it. It's just like whoa, it's like catches you off guard. And yeah, the way just perfect transition to Where Am I. I usually don't listen to Where Am I on its own. I usually will always listening to it with Safe in Your Skin because it's just a way better experience like that. These are the two Jamie, I think that's the name, songs of in Shed, and dude, the part where he goes. The strange routine sometimes weighs down on me, but I wouldn't trade it, not for anything. Incredible. I will just play back that part so many times, dude. I think out of like any of the songs in Title Fight, other than Shed, This one has the most affected me, like meaningly. I've actually never checked the meaning of it, and I actually never checked the lyrics of it. But from what my brain gathers of making out the lyrics and meaning, uh, it relates to me. Yeah, I feel very relatable to it of my current situation. I don't know. It's just I don't. I just it is describing me a lot. From based on what I think I'm hearing from the lyrics. I think, and yeah, that is also another reason why Rama is my favorite title fight song. Because I Head in the Ceiling, fan, it's amazing, but like the lyrics are literal randomness, which for a shoegaze song that's kind of normal.
Oh, this feels very different already from like the album. And we're back into the album feeling. Oh my god. We're back into the shed energy. Yo, that riff goes crazy. Let's go, I love it when guitars turn into drones. Is this a transition? Or are we still in the same song? I'm gonna take it as probably a transition.
Your Screen Door is like going out as the sun is like shining again after it was rainy. I don't know. For some reason, it always reminds me of that. It's like walking out into the sun after the rain has ended. Just that like fresh, like humid breeze. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but like that's what the beginning of Your Screen Door feels like. Also, this is one of the few songs in Shed where perhaps the only song in Shed. You know what? I completely forgot Society. You know what? I didn't really like any of the guitarists or that singing that much in Society. I'm just gonna forget about Society's existence. But yeah, basically, this is probably the only song in Shed where the guitar riffs are actually better than the singing. Like my favorite part isn't any of the singing part; it's just that intro.
Yo, that guitar is speaking facts right now, bro. Whoa, whoa. My left ear. Whoa, whoa. Hold on, okay. Oh my god. Hold on, whoa. There's a lot I need to say for this. Oh, no.
When I first heard 27, it was the track I hated the most in Shed actually, because it leaned so much into the more like shouting, like screaming, like emo type of vocals and stuff like that. It was the most like generically hardcore compared to most of the other songs, which is mostly post-hardcore. But it's still compared to a lot of hardcore songs, it's still mostly post-hardcore like 27. But it's I did not like it because again going to Shed, I did not even like screaming vocals yet, and Sharon that I was like, what is this? Turn it off. But now I really like it. It's definitely something that I used to skip it a lot actually when I first would listen to Shed for the future, but now I don't anymore. And I actually look forward to it. I actually really like the song a lot, and it's definitely one of the most memorable ones. Like the energy that Ned puts behind this part is incredible.
I said to 27 times that bring you back to life.
Whoa, whoa, I really like this vibe. Whoa, the drum change suddenly. And the guitar riff, I really like it. Boom. Oh. Doesn't make a drum hit. But yeah, that song felt like it would be like an anime or something. Or like a movie. I mean, the beginning of the song, like that. The guitar riff, especially.
Stab is definitely one of the weirdest tracks from Shed. Stab is definitely one of the weirdest tracks from Shed because it kept like changing like speeds and like vibes constantly. So the whole time I was like very confused listening to it because it kept going all over the place. But yeah, that riff in the intro is definitely my favorite riff in the album, and possibly my favorite riff from Title Fight. Like if you just take all the riffs just on their own, like you gotta hear it again. And also the guitar riff near the end was also pretty cool.
Whoa. Feels very different. I thought those cricket sounds were like in the song. You know, there's crickets outside my house. I was like, oh, it's like they added like sound effect. No, there's crickets outside my house. It's not the album. The ending song felt a little like lackluster compared to the rest of the album. It didn't hit the same. But who knows? It was literally my first listen.
Greenwich, meantime, does feel like an ending to the album. For some reason, when it comes to Title Fight, when I first heard the albums, I did not like any of the ending songs. Especially because of the fact that they weren't the ending songs and not like any other song being the ending song. But I really like them now, and they actually feel like the ending to the albums. This song was pretty nice. I wouldn't say I like it more than In Between that, but it's pretty close. And also like this part of the song. Sounds pretty good as the ending of the album because it sounds like we're literally marching to the end.
I don't really have anything to say. That was such a short experience. Most albums I think are like an hour long. This doesn't even technically qualify as an album because it's like not even 30 minutes. But yeah, it's very good. But it's definitely very different from what I expected with like Hidden Sea thing. And like, you know, I've heard Shed, so I was like, I think, oh, this is gonna be way more like, you know, like energetic and like heavy and like more like screaming vocals compared to like Head in the Ceiling fan. I don't know if Floral Green is gonna be more like Head in the Ceiling fan type of songs, or gonna be more like this, and Head in the Ceiling fan is like a unique song. But I don't know. We'll see when we get into Floral Green. Dude, the Shed guitar goes crazy, bro.
Dude, I wrote up like 360 words in the span of like 4 minutes. That's insane because like in an English essay exam, I'd be writing like 20 words. Meanwhile, I have like an hour. So that is quite the silly. This might be my first time like reading it on video, like the thing itself. You guys can't see it, but I'm gonna read it. It's like a teleprompter, you know what I mean? Not that one, I'm reading an image. What I mean is like I feel like I'm using a teleprompter right now. I cannot find the image. Okay, there we go. My first post-hardcore album. When I had first heard this, I was quite off-put and didn't really like it that much as I was expecting something like Head in the Ceiling fan going into this, and instead immediately got punched in the face by Ned's vocals. Not only was this the first post-hardcore album I heard, it was also my first emo or just shouting slash screaming vocals type of album. I had previously only viewed screaming type of vocals as very cringe and bad, as do most going into this sort of music. But after a while, Shed has grown on me quite a lot and now I appreciate and like screaming vocals much more. Paragraph 2. I wasn't expecting to like this more than Floral Green, but as you can see from the rating, I did. I love how you can hear and feel the teen angst in these songs that you don't really get with their later works as they grow up. I had to put an apostrophe there. This album definitely has their most brightest instrumentals. While most albums I love sound like sad, gloomy music, something you'd be listening at midnight, this feels like walking through a sunny forest, like the Shed music video. While the meanings of the vocals tend to be dark, the sounds of this album are filled with so much hope and give me motivation in life. Third paragraph. It's also the first album where the vocals are the highlights of the album and not the instrumentals. Just a few years ago, I would avoid lyrical music entirely and only stuck to instrumental music as I found lyrics cringe and pointless as only instruments had moved me emotionally before, not lyrics. Even now, I usually never pay attention to lyrics, let alone find meaning in them. I'll never see the actual lyrics and meanings of the songs in here, as I like my own interpretation of it where I found myself being able to relate to it a lot. Ignoring meaning, the way Ned and Jamie sing is incredible, and in almost every song, there are specific parts of their vocals that are the best part of the songs. I'm planning to make like my favorite part of blank type of series where it's just musicians slash bands discography and then my favorite part of each song. I plan to do like a series of those in the future, so yeah, stick out for that. These are the track ratings on AOTY for Shed, and these are the track ratings for Shed on RYM.
This is still the same day as Shed, so no title, no anything, unfortunately still. I know Head in the Ceiling fan, that is the only song I know. It's also the first Title Fight song I came across on YouTube. The music video thumbnail was like intriguing because it was so like a, I thought it was gonna be like a I didn't know it was gonna be a music video. I thought it was gonna be like just like a classic YouTube video because it looked like one of those like classic old YouTube videos. I clicked on it, bam, literally cried to the song. So yeah, Floral Green. Look who said it's their best album. Immediate amazing start. It still sounds like Shed. I thought it was gonna sound more like Head in the Ceiling fan this album like immediately, but no. That was an amazing opener. I like it more than Coxton Yard. I'm sure it's way longer than Coxton Yard. Whoa! Okay, that was one of the best transitions I've ever heard. That was an amazing transition.
I actually don't like it as much as Coxton Yard, but the beginning of Numb, but I still feel it fits more as the beginning of an album compared to the beginning of Coxton Yard. But overall, I still like Coxton Yard more. Dude, and the transition from Numb but I still feel it to Leaf might be like my favorite transition in Title Fight. I love how it just like explodes into Leaf.
I'm loving this. It's like Shed but better already. Like I don't know. I'm not sure what exactly is better, but there's something here that is missing in like the entirety of the album of Shed. I don't know, maybe because it has like more like noise. Maybe I'm not sure, but it sounds better than like Shed already.
No, I do not like this song more than the entirety of Shed. The entirety of it is still better than this song, okay? I really like that guitar riff in Leaf. It sounds like something that would be from like My Bloody Valentine.
All of these transitions are amazing. Yeah, it's a very consistent sound, all of these songs.
This is actually the only song in Floral Green that has a very like specific voice that I really like in my favorite parts of Shed that I talked about. I'm talking about this part specifically.
Dude, all of these songs have been so like, whoa. Like incredible, just like, amazing sounds. Whoa. It is different, it doesn't start off as immediately like noise. Oh, I hear it coming. Yes, the noise.
Secret Society is my least favorite track of the album. It's weird how like both Society tracks are my least favorite of each album, but this is definitely way better than Society.
Oh! It is time. I remember like when I first heard it, I never bought to check the lyrics. I wanted the magic of like not knowing the lyrics, but then when I finally searched it out, I was like, oh, what is this? Like, I don't know, I feel like that knowing the lyrics kind of ruined the magic slightly, but like, it's still pretty cool, but like, I don't know. Also, the lyrics are so weird and random. Like, I've never really cared about lyrics that much anyways. But yeah, I just like it when I don't know song lyrics, because there's a certain more like mystery and like coolness to them. And like, I can think of like so many lyrics, but like, now knowing it's like it kind of breaks that. Like I can't really think about what lyrics it could be because like I can already know it. Like, it's not the same anymore. Head in the ceiling, fan goes rolling, and it hits us like bullets slamming into dear skin. I remember when I first heard the song, I thought it was gonna be like a Midwest emo type of song from just like no, the beginning guitar, but then it got so jump scared when I first heard it, and suddenly boom, noise out of nowhere. And when that drop hit, I was like, whoa, what the? Oh, it got jump scared. My green eyes to your rays, I'm blind. I'm bleeding. The second part I can't remember the lyrics. Boom, 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 boom. I really like the music video too. The music video was really amazing. Head in the ceiling, Thanos rolling, and it hits us like bullets slamming into dear skin. Yeah, I was like, oh, like even like in the first few listens, I got so jump scared, but like it will never bring back like when I first heard it, and when Jen was surprised out of nowhere, it like blew up, like from like the what I thought was gonna be like a Midwest emo song.
I mean, that in this defense doesn't need any introduction. Is that one song we all know and love? Is how most people find out about Title Fight. It's their most famous song. It's probably the most unique song for me out of like the albums. Like compared to like their normal like post-hardcore and emo type of stuff, is very different. It's like very like slow, coming with and just boom, explodes into like shoegaze. Yeah. When I first heard it, because it was the first song I heard, and I read the albums, I kind of wish that the albums would have more songs like it, but none of the songs really got that like head in the ceiling fan type of vibe. I was kind of bummed down by that, but now I really like Delphi songs I've kind of now I've gotten over like the expectation of Head in the Ceiling fan. I actually really like it, and it's actually really cool how like it's actually like a unique track. It's like the same case with like Sweet Trip, where like I thought there were gonna be more songs like disco, because disco was the first song I heard, but then I was kind of bummed out when there wasn't any other song like disco. But now I'm actually okay, because it's like oh, it's because I appreciate more like with like disco and Head in the Ceiling, like, it's unique. It's like they did it and they didn't try to do it again. It's just stands on its own platform, you know, like that song. And yeah, I really like the music video. I'm a sucker for like that, like, you know, pine forest type of stuff. Yeah, always wanted to be in a cold forest one day. One of my life goals, man.
Whoa. Okay, so that was a transition. Because I was wondering what a random tune at the end of Head in the Ceiling was. And we're back to Shed type of vocal.
Make You Cry is a very nice song. I love how it transitions from Hidden Ceiling Band to Make You Cry. And also the part where it goes like kinda sounds like something that'd be from like Linkin Park, when like the climax of like their songs where like Chester is like more like singing and not really like screaming vocals.
Whoa, I don't know if there's a different song or the same song. Whoa, I love the guitar in the background. I feel like we're going full on into like shoegaze. Never wanted sympathy. Wanted to be something. This guitar riff is awesome.
I love how like Sympathy just immediately just like starts like there's like build up or anything, just immediately like the main chorus, and then like I don't know if it's a chorus, but like, you know what I mean, it just immediately starts off, and like I love how like it's like basically just maintains that energy throughout like the entire song except for that one part. I also love how like it transitions into Frown. There's no transition, but like it sounds very similar when you go into Frown. Like beginning of Frown, it kind of reminds me of Sympathy. Sympathy, like the guitar part, reminds me a lot of the song Shed. How it's like very like dancey like that. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay, it's all in my left ear. Boom. Oh, that's a okay. That's a guitar. I thought someone was screaming. Whoa, this guitar's like weirdly confusing. It's like changing, like breaking, and like when I think it's gonna continue. It's like whoa, it's like throwing me off this guitar. Oh, more guitar drones. Whoa, okay, that's a little too high pitch.
In Frown, I really love the guitar part, especially the I think it took me quite a few listens for me to notice that guitar part, because I always notice like the I always notice like that part of the song instead of like the more like distant like sounds of the guitar. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite part of Frown.
Whoa, there's two vocals.
I really like how Calloused there's like a duet between like Ned and Jamie's voice. I wish they did that more of this like back and forth with their voice, because it sounds really nice and they complement each other like really well. And I also really love that like transition from Calloused to Lefty.
Whoa, I really like this. Whoa, this feels very different from like the rest of the album. I like those drums. Oh, okay, so they ended. Whoa, that's like shoegaze type of sound. I thought it was gonna end. This song has been going on for way longer than I thought. But I really like the beginning just now.
Lefty is definitely the most like hard-hitting song in this album. Because for some reason, I don't know why, but like for me, Heading the Ceiling kind of like lost its charm, or should I say, Mrahc. Heading the Ceiling doesn't hit the same way anymore. I used to be like, oh, my Heading the Ceiling it was so like emotional and just like just breaks me down. But like now, I'm just like, oh, this is quite nice. And Lefty's like the one that's the most hard-hitting for me, especially like the like guitar like noise thingy and like the I really like that guitar slide in the song. And yeah, every part of this song is amazing.
Anyways, we have like 3 minutes left. I think this is gonna be the final song. Oh, only right here. It is left here. Wow, I really like the guitar of the down down down. Wrong way away always. Whoa, last 40 seconds it goes crazy. Okay, that was way better than Shed. I thought Floral Green was gonna be if it's a link to the song. It's a very good song. It's way better than the last song of Shed. But again, like both Shed and like they don't feel like ending tracks. I feel like if Hidden Ceiling was the last track, then it would actually fit as an ending to this album.
No, I'm gonna disagree with you, Pastor Shit. I'd say that like In Between is definitely the most album ending song that they have out of the 3 albums, and I like it a lot. I like it way more than GMT definitely. And also like out of the 3 album closers, this is the most like dancey slash like groovy of the 3.
I thought Floral Green was gonna be way more like mellow and like chill, like not as energetic compared to Shed. But I was wrong. It's actually have way more like okay, maybe not maybe it's like raw like energy, but like I don't know, like just like for me it kind of has, especially like the beginning half of this has like way more energy than like Shed. And yeah, like for me, like, what I like more about this quarter Shed is that it has way more noise, and you all know me, my favorite thing be shoegaze. Yeah, yeah, a lot of parts of this album reminded me a lot of Loveless. Okay, to be fair, I've only heard Only Shallow and When You Sleep, as you can see in my downloads. One of the next episodes is gonna be I don't know if the camera can pick it up. There, right here, there, look at that. Wow. Yeah, stay tuned for that, man. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, I've only heard Only Shallow and When You Sleep by my Bloody Valentine. But yeah, it reminded me a lot of that. I was expecting it to be that shoegazy. I knew that because I knew that Hyperview was gonna be full like shoegaze from what I see in comments and stuff. But yeah, that was a lot of like shoegaze, like just like noise stuff in general, and I really like that. I like when stuff are like way more like when the guitars are like drenched in like distortion, just rat the shoegaze stuff. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna like the shoegaze stuff more than the not shoegaze stuff because that's just how I am as a person. While like someone else, they might like Shed more because they want more like cleanness, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is in my opinion better than Shed again, in my opinion. But yeah, I was supposed to say that Hyperview isn't that good, so I'm kind of worried to get into Hyperview. And yeah, this is a really good album. A lot of people say like this album is like so good, amazing. Yeah, it's a really good album, but I feel like the second half kind of like flew past me. I wasn't really focusing that much. I didn't really notice it too much, I guess. Second half, the first half was incredible though. The first half of the album.
I like how like my review is such a contradiction to my first review of Floral Green. I thought this album was gonna be mostly songs like Heading to Ceiling Fan. I was surprised that it still retained most of the loud in-your-face sounds of Shed. While this does take a more relaxed and melodious approach, with more Jamie vocals as opposed to Ned, it's still an amazing record that hooks you in front to back with no boring parts. Unlike Shed, where the vocals are the main highlight, in this album is the guitars. Almost every song has unique and iconic guitar sounds and riffs. This album is also much noisier compared to Shed, which was very bright and clear. The lyrics and vocals also don't have the same emotional impact as they did in Shed, and it's not just because there's more Jamie vocals. Although I do have to make an exception for Hidden Ceiling Fan and Lefty, as they are some of the most hard-hitting songs from Title Fight. The second half of Floral Green is much better compared to the first half, as opposed to Shed, where the album is more balanced. I'd say that Shed has higher highs, Where Am I, and lower lows, Society, and experiments more than Floral Green, while Floral Green is more consistent than Shed, which is why I think it's their most accessible and beloved album. Shed took a while to sink in, while Floral Green was liked immediately for me. I tend to really like stuff that took me a while to get in and stuff that I hated at first, way more than stuff that I liked immediately. I noticed that about myself. For example, with most Aphex Twin stuff. These are the track ratings of Floral Green.
Time for Title Fight Hyperview. All I know is that this is gonna be the most shoegazy and not as good compared to the other two, apparently, a lot of people say. I don't know. Don't worry, a lot of people don't have good opinions about this album. I am really loving it already though. And like shoegaze is an epic genre, so I probably love this. Oh, this is Murder Memory, okay, yeah. I've heard that title before. This is definitely the most like slow starting, because like the other two intros for the album is like so energetic. Is this album gonna be like more like slow compared to the other two?
Murder Memory is my most hated song from the Title Fight albums because I always saw that title, you know? But then when I actually heard it, I'm like, wait, why is it so popular? This shit is so boring. It's definitely the most slow song that Title Fight has made in their 3 albums. But I do like it a lot more, like to the point where like it's almost it's almost like overtaking Numb, but I still feel it, but not really. Coxton Yard is still at the top. It can be beaten for their opener, but yeah, like the opener is very iconic though as an opener. And I say that like the build up, like how it rises and stuff. I actually really like that. It may be more of a better opening than even the Numb, but I still feel it. Beginning section. I'm not sure, but perhaps. But now I actually like Murder Memory a lot. I actually quite enjoyed the second part with the just almost with every song in this album. I'll explain later in the review, but like I really did not like them at first, and they were just way too boring. So, but I've actually come to like them a lot.
Whoa. Never mind, we're back to the craziness. Pretty good song, but not as energetic as, you know, yeah.
Chlorine is quite a nice song. I love how like the sound like whiplash of going from like the chill number to the afterward, like like all like the guitar songs. I accidentally hit my laptop. The music video for Chlorine is probably my least favorite music video that they've done.
Whoa, this guitar reminds me a lot of Analog. Really liking these guitar tones. It's like really good. Like the noise and then like that, like I don't know, it's like there's like something with like some type of pedal, like either like a phaser or a flanger, but there's something. There's a really cool guitar sound happening. Yeah, that song was definitely better than the other two.
I really like Hypernight, especially with that like I don't know, that like noise that comes in. It sounds like I don't know, it's like this like weird like vapor like that just exists for the entire song. If I had to describe it, I don't know, it's just this thing that just like is for the entire song that's like whole above it. I don't know, but like that's how I'd be describing it. And yeah, what I said about like the guitars, I'll say in my review, but like almost every song has this recognizable like phaser or flanger sound, like where like the guitars have this like weird like metallic sheen over it, if that makes sense. Like basically like the font that they use for the word Hyperview in the album cover, that's basically what the guitar sounds like. Galvanized steel versus eco-friendly wood veneers. Yeah, this album is basically galvanized steel.
Well, we have 22 minutes left, and right now it is 3:22 PM. I like how that's like the guitars are creating some like very like slight like dissonance. I really like that. Whoa, this part is awesome.
Mrahc is definitely one of their more unique tracks. It has a very like 70s type of like party like vibey type of rock sound. And yeah, I've heard the word Mrahc like passed around a lot before I listened to Hyperview because I always saw it pop up. Other than like Whether You Remember It, like those two songs will always pop up a lot when it comes to like Hyperview. I remember when I first knew that Mrahc was that song, I was like, wait, this is one of the two songs that people really like. But this is like, I don't know, I found it a little too repetitive and I did not really like it that much. And I felt that they were just like trying to just appeal to people and trying to make like a stereotypically like, you know, that type of song. But now I actually really like it a lot. It's very nice, you know. It's definitely something that you can like vibe to. It's definitely one of their most like type of songs, you know. Like if you stay at those videos where they're like playing it live, the people do be going a little crazy.
Whoa. Yes, yeah. All the songs that specific like guitar tone to it.
Your pain is mine now. It's quite a nice song. I remember like when I first heard it and I heard like that really slow beginning, I was like, oh no, it's gonna be one of those slow, fake, deep songs that are just really cringe. But then it actually like, you know, like build it up and it ended up being really cool. Especially the part with like the I don't know, like it's like a phaser, but it keeps like resetting. Like I've seen flanger pedals where like there's a setting where like if you tap it, it resets the flange. So it'll be something like that, but with like a phaser pedal. Again, I'm still very confused on the different sounds of phaser and flanger, so I will probably use them interchangeably a lot. And I've probably done that a lot in my previous album reactions. But yeah, Your Pain Is Mine Now is quite a good song, and I think I really like his singing in the song, like especially this part.
Yo, we finally get Shed vocals.
I don't know how like Rose of Sharon like immediately like, brings back the energy of that like weird like resetting phaser type sound of Your Pain Is Mine now. Like we just immediately go back to the energy, and how like, it goes from like chill to I don't know like because it's like diving back into the energy, and this very specific like 1 second of the song. I don't know. I really like that song. So like sad, like especially paired with the music video. I really like the music video for Rose Sharon, but I don't know. But just that one very specific sound. I just wish more of a song would have that very specific sound. It just sounds so like crushing and like even like giving up and hoping that. But it's just so good. I don't know in a good way. But like I don't know. I just love that 1 second of Rose Sharon. But the rest of the song is also pretty good. And like, but I don't really like how like it's really like chills down near the ending. And this is an episode about like a lot of Hyperview songs that they have like this really start off really energetic, but then they just like slow down near like the ending. Like there's like a different part. So Sharon is the only song that has like the proper like screaming, shouting vocals of Ned like from previous albums. But one thing I really like is like they're like trying so hard to do the like shoegaze thing where like you can barely hear the vocals because it's like being like drowned out by all the other instruments. But it doesn't work here because the instruments are way too clear and these vocals are way too clear. So like I guess to make it sound like it's shoegaze, they like I don't know. It sounds like Ned is screaming at me from like the other side of like a warehouse. I don't know, but like I don't know what he did to his voice, like what effect, but like I don't know, it just does not pull off the trick of what normally shoegaze does. Like the way that shoegaze normally does, where like they bury the voices in those mixing of like the all the different stuff. It works, but in this case, it really does not work, and it just feels like he's far away. Like, bro, can you come a little closer, dog? But I think nowadays, I think kind of like that far away like vocals of Sharon because it's like a echo from the past of like Shed and Floral Green, like what they normally sound like. So like Rose Sharon just random like peek into the past for like a tiny bit, if that makes sense.
Oh my god. This song is incredible. Whoa. And this part is amazing. Feels like I'm in a movie. Whoa. Dude, they always love using like high-pitched guitars to transition into other songs.
At the time, I did not realize that those two were the same song because, you know, no track list with like time, so I didn't know. I thought it was transition. But yeah, Trace Me Unto You is definitely my favorite song from Hyperview. It's like the only thing I have to complain about is the fact that like I wish that the two parts, like the Hypernight part and the Trace Me Unto You part, were two separate songs. Because since they count as the same song, it's not getting 100 because Hyperview part is nice. It is nowhere near the first part, okay? And like yeah, like it's definitely still gonna be like the highest rated track on this album. But if it were two separate tracks and the Trace Me Unto You part was its own song, I would have for sure given it 100. But since there's also the Hyperview part, it's probably gonna get like 90 something. Yeah, my favorite part of Trace Me Unto You used to be like this part. But now I'd actually say that my favorite part is this part. And also like the guitar riff is also like very cool.
Whoa. It's like way louder than the rest.
Liar's Love is quite a nice journey of a song, especially that like last part of the song. I remember like at first I didn't really like it that much, especially since it came right after Trace Me Unto You, which was incredible. But now I actually like it a lot more because of Solo Ricky's reaction to Hyperview. Liar's Love is like his favorite song from the album, and his reaction kind of made me more opened up to Liar's Love and the album in general. So thank you, Solo Ricky.
What the goofy jam session. Whoa. That was way more chill compared to the others.
This is probably like my least favorite track from Hyperview. Still not as bad as Society. But yeah, it's still like really. It's like I don't know. There's nothing really to it. I guess. But I guess the guitars are kind of cool, maybe, and the transition thingy was also kind of. I didn't really like it that much. Like the random jam session thing. It is kind of cool, I guess, but not really.
We're probably on the last song now. Whoa, there's like game noises or something. Dude, what is going on? Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, I also didn't even thought that. I forgot that I just ended. That was an okay outro, I guess. Dude, what is it with Title Fight having a lame outro?
Bro, what do you mean, bro? Their endings are pretty good. But yeah, New Vision is probably my favorite out of the three Title Fight album endings. I also really like the transition into it. That like little transitional piece. It's probably my favorite out of like that random transitional pieces that there is in Hyperview. And yeah, I wish that like transitional piece that went into New Vision was its own song because it sounded amazing. But I love New Vision because like it just maintains its energy throughout the entire song, unlike the other Hyperview songs which just like randomly die and stuff like that. Well, other than Mrahc, I guess. And I also like how like it's titled New Vision. It's like New Vision. It literally feels like a new vision. Like this album in general, how like it's way different from the other albums, and also like their future endeavors probably, which I don't know if that's ever gonna happen because it's been like nearly 10 years since they made their previous album. I think this album came out in like what like wait, did this album come out in 2014 or 20? It's gonna turn 10. Yeah, it's gonna turn 10 very soon. And yeah, I don't know if they're gonna come back or not. Who knows, man. I mean, My Bloody Valentine came out after like, what, like 22 years. I really like all of like the static, like, and like noise sounds and stuff. And it's like so like chaotic, but like in a very nice way. It like kind of like continues on with like the weird, like chaotic like, weirdness of like the transition into New Vision. Like, it follows it pretty well. Also, like compared to like Rose of Sharon, New Vision is a good example in Hyperview of like a song that has all this shoegazy noise stuff where you can barely tell what the vocals are saying. You can't really know what they're saying and stuff without it sounding like the guy's in a different room. Like this is a good example of that. Meanwhile, Rose of Sharon is like, yo, why are you all the way over there, dog? Meanwhile, New Vision, it sounds like he's close to me, but I still can barely tell what on earth he's saying. And yeah, there's like the classic like shoegaze effect in New Vision compared to Rose of Sharon. I also like just really love all like these like smooth like vocals and stuff near the end of New Vision.
This album was way more chill compared to Floral Green or Shed, and yeah, it definitely it's been like what came out in 2016 or something. Yeah, like I don't know if they're gonna ever release a new album, and like a lot of people also don't think that they're gonna ever release a new album. But yeah, this actually feels like credits. Like I don't know, like, if Shed and like Floral Green are like the movie, then Hyperview is like the credits of the movie. If that makes sense, I guess. I don't know, the whole album has like a credits type of feeling, but I don't know why people said they're going to remove shoegaze the album. Floral Green had way more shoegaze and just noise in general compared to Hyperview. Hyperview just had really cool guitar tones most of the time, but like very clean compared to like like Shed or Floral Green. So yeah, I don't know why people said that. It's not a bad album. I don't know if I like it more than Shed or not. I don't know if this is going to be the most bottom or Shed is going to be the most bottom, but it's not really a bad album. It might be the worst out of the three, but it's definitely not bad. It's pretty good. Maybe if I listen to this more times, I'll appreciate it more. Because generally, songs that really hit, and albums that really hit me are albums that underwhelm me at first, or songs that underwhelm me at first. Usually, songs that really get me don't have the same vibe as songs that took me a while. If that makes sense.
Hyperview takes quite a turn from their previous albums, and is pretty divisive between their fans and shoegaze fans in general. Their bright, mostly clear post-hardcore guitars are replaced by this strange, somber shoegaze sound characterized by flanger/phaser pedals. I'm not sure which one. The shouting vocals of Ned are almost completely gone, and instead we have mostly soft, dreamy vocals. When I first heard this, it was extremely boring and uninteresting, but it grew on me a lot, perhaps more than the other two. I was also expecting a shoegaze sound like My Bloody Valentine or So Live, and was let down that it didn't sound like that, and at the time, I felt that it didn't deserve being called shoegaze, and I saw online that a lot of shoegaze fans also try to keep this album out from being called shoegaze. But after listening to it in better quality, higher volumes, and just generally getting to know the album more, I'd say that it is in fact shoegaze, and that it leans into the Nowhere by Right side of the shoegaze triangle, and even that album makes a lot of shoegaze fans mad. This is definitely their most consistent and cohesive album, as the tracks do not vary too much, and it's an easy listen throughout for beginner album listeners. This is the album that I usually turn on in the background the most out of the three. This is also their most recognizable album, as with the other two, you can mix the songs between them without them sounding that different, but with Hyperview, I'd immediately recognize this iconic, strange, metallic sound of the flanger/phaser pedals effects that I don't hear in any other album in general. This album gets way too much hate, bruh. And this is the RYM and AOTY reviews of Hyperview by Title of Fight. They're the only musicians where like all of the albums, each song I liked, like on Spotify. I haven't had that with any musicians before. Then there were songs I didn't like from like albums, but this time I liked every song from every album. Yes, even Society. But yeah, like, each song was very nice. Definitely one of the most impactful songs compared to like other musicians, like the very specific songs that Tyler has made, like Head in the Ceiling Fan, Lefty, Mrahc, all that good stuff. Yeah, they make very, very nice music. It was my first introduction to like shouting and screaming vocals and that type of stuff, and it definitely opened a new door for me, I guess.